What you're about to discover is the best-kept secret in the game of attraction. Something that only 0.1% of men have mastered, and that makes any woman melt without you having to say a single word. Have you ever noticed how some men seem to attract women almost magically? It's not luck, it's not looks, and it's definitely not money. It's something much deeper, a behavior that activates an almost primitive female instinct, something they'll never admit out loud. But that makes them completely vulnerable to your presence. Here's the secret. It all starts with 5 naughty actions. But hold on, it's not what you're thinking. These are subtle gestures, key words, and a psychological game so powerful that when applied, it makes her question whether she chose you, or if you had already conquered her with the very first look. Want to know what the first one is? Then don't skip a single second of this video. If you're tired of being just another face in the crowd, get ready. Today, you're going to learn how to become the exception, the kind of man who doesn't beg for attention, but gets looks, touches, and invitations effortlessly. And if you want to master every one of these techniques, stay until the end. And don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, because what comes next will completely change your game. Naughty action number 1, the power of silence that speaks louder than 1,000 words. Did you know that silence can be your most seductive weapon? Women are wired to feel attraction toward men who don't over-explain themselves. Instead of filling the space with small talk, leave strategic pauses after provocative phrases. She'll wonder what you're thinking, and that'll make her lean in closer. This technique works because the human mind fills gaps with curiosity, and curiosity is the first step toward attraction. When you stop talking and hold eye contact, she unconsciously projects mysterious qualities onto you. You become an enigma, and everyone wants to solve an enigma. The key is not to break the silence first. Wait until she moves, smiles, or plays with her hair, clear signs that you're in control of the interaction. If you speak first, you lose the power. If you wait, she starts justifying herself in her head. And that's irresistible, and the best part, this doesn't require any special skill. Just take a deep breath, relax, and let the silence do the work for you. Women sense it instinctively. When a man isn't afraid to stay quiet, he radiates the aura of someone who knows things others don't. But if you think this is powerful, wait until you discover the next action. Because what comes next will literally make her forget every other man in the room. Naughty action number 2. The touch that creates an instant connection. Have you ever felt that electric current when you touched a woman at just the right moment? It wasn't a coincidence. Strategic touches in the right place at the right time create instant intimacy. The secret is to start with neutral areas, like the forearm or shoulder, for just 1.5 seconds. Naughty action number 3. The compliment that feels like a secret. Do you know what sets apart a regular compliment from one that makes a woman melt? It's when it sounds like a secret only you noticed. Instead of saying, "You're beautiful," try, "Your smile has this detail." It gets more intense when you're intrigued. That creates instant intimacy. This technique works because it taps into the psychology of selective validation. She feels unique, not just another face in the crowd. When you point out something specific that no one else mentions, it shows that you're really paying attention to her, not just reciting a script. Timing is crucial. Deliver this compliment when she least expects it, during a pause in the conversation or after she does something spontaneous. Don't over-explain it, let it sink in. A mysterious smile on your part multiplies the effect. Women love observant men, but hate those who sound like they're reading from a manual. Your compliment should feel genuine, like something you just noticed in the moment. This creates the illusion of instant connection, even if you met just minutes ago. But if you want to see something truly powerful, wait until you discover the 4th action. Because what comes next is the psychological trigger that makes even the most uninterested woman start chasing you. Why does this work? Psychology explains, touch releases oxytocin, the bonding hormone. When done with confidence, your brain registers it as natural. while hers triggers attraction signals. She won't even realize why she feels so close to you, but she'll attribute it to your personality. The trick is in the timing. Touch her when she laughs at something you said, or when she agrees with you. This reinforces the positive moment and creates an unconscious association. You, more pleasure. If she doesn't pull away, you're already halfway there. But be careful. If it feels forced, she'll notice. The touch must be light, quick, and seem accidental. Women can tell when it's natural and when it's disguised desperation. If she pulls away, back off too and try again later. And if you think that's strong, get ready. Because the next action will teach you how to make her start touching you first. And when that happens, the game is already won. Naughty action number 4, the calculated fake disinterest technique. The greatest power in seduction doesn't lie in showing interest, but in controlling how much interest you show. The calculated fake disinterest technique doesn't mean ignoring her, but alternating between attention and strategic distraction. When she speaks, look into her eyes, then glance away as if something more interesting caught your attention. This works because it plays on the principle of psychological scarcity. The human brain values more what seems to be slipping away. When you show that you can disconnect at any moment, she unconsciously puts in more effort to hold your attention. The key is balance. Too much disinterest, and you come off as rude. Too little and you seem needy. The sweet spot is when she starts wondering, why isn't he fawning over me like the others? That doubt keeps her invested in the interaction. Use this especially when you sense she's testing your value. In those moments, a calculated pullback is worth more than 1,000 words. Show that you have options even if you don't. Your body language should naturally convey this, and for those who've mastered these 4 actions, get ready for the final bonus. The secret technique that makes all of this work 10 times better and that very few men know. But that is for those who stayed until the end. Naughty action number 5. The body language that speaks for you. The final secret isn't in what you say, but in how your body moves. Women unconsciously read body language 10 times more than they listen to your words. Open posture, deliberately slow movements, and confident eye contact convey dominance without arrogance, and that's irresistible. This works because our biology still responds to primitive signs of leadership. When you naturally take up space, relaxed arms, shoulders back, your brain releases more testosterone, and hers responds with attraction. It's not manipulation. It's pure science. The trick lies in contrast. Combine wide, strong movements with subtle touches. For example, open your arms when laughing, then touch your glass with precise, controlled motion. This switch between grand and detailed keeps her attention on a subconscious level. Avoid common mistakes: fidgeting hands, anxiety, tapping your foot, impatience, or leaning in too much, neediness. Instead, stay centered as if anchored. She'll feel like you're the most grounded man in the room. And the final detail? Once you master this, all the other techniques become amplified. Your physical presence makes every word more impactful, every silence more loaded, and every interaction an experience she'll want to repeat. Now you know, seduction isn't about cheap tricks, but about deeply understanding human psychology. These 5 actions reveal a pattern. The less you seem to try, the better your results. True power lies in subtle control, not in obvious persistence. And I want to hear from you. Which of these techniques was the most eye-opening? Was it the strategic silence, the calculated touch, or the body language that speaks before your mouth does? Comment below which one you're going to try first. I'm genuinely curious to hear your results. If this content helped you see interactions in a new light, leave a like. It helps the algorithm show this to more men who need these insights. And of course, subscribe to the channel, because every week we reveal new psychological secrets that most people never discover. Until the next video, where we go beyond attraction and into the realm of invisible influence. Are you ready?